For all of you up-and-coming horror directors out there, please, for the love of God, take notes from Mike Flanagan and watch his films, including this one.
Doris! Are you there? Are you there? Yes.
So Ouija Origin of Evil is a prequel, not a sequel as everyone's been saying it is for some reason, but it is a prequel to... yeah. And it follows this family who runs a scam business as they talk to spirits when they're really just telling people what they want to hear about their dead relatives. And one day they bring home a Ouija board to spice up things. But when the youngest daughter of the family uses the board in an attempt to talk to a dead relative, things go haywire. Alright guys, so let's get into Ouija Origin of Evil. Before I go into my positives for this film, I just want to let you guys know that I was one of the millions of people that despised the first Ouija film. I hated it so much that it was my #2 worst film in 2014, and as a matter of fact, it's currently, still to this day, my #2 worst horror film of the decade. And like many others, I was in agony when I heard that they were continuing this franchise. And yes, it's going to be a franchise. But then, I heard one silver line that made me think, you know what? I'm gonna give this a chance. And that's when I heard that director Mike Flanagan was directing this thing. Mike Flanagan is one of my favorite horror directors working today. He's done films like Absentia, Oculus, which I find really underrated, and Hush, which is one of the best horror films on Netflix right now. So I just thought, okay, this could be good, and Mike Flanagan has not let me down so far. He's done 3 films, this is his newest one, and I gotta say right now, Mike Flanagan is currently 4 for 4. Mike Flanagan has done it once again. Everybody gives a great performance. There is nobody in this film that does a bad job, but my stand-up performance is the girl who plays Doris. I can't remember her name, but I remember her first name was Lulu. This girl was outstanding. And not to mention, my God, she was creepy. There was this monologue that she gives to a character's crush that kind of had me chuckling at first, but as she went on, I was like this. Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys, in terms of PG-13 horror, Doris is the creepiest girl in a horror film since Samara in The Ring. Yeah, she's that good. The girl from Oculus was in this movie. I can't remember her name, but she is also great in this. The mother was great. Even the priest, which by the way, fun fact, who was Elliot in E.T. Another thing I have to give a huge nod to is the cinematography. Not just how this film looked, because this film is set in the 60s, all the complex camera movements, it just made this film just somewhat more scary. There are just so many shots, and when a character is in a close-up and there's just something in the background and you can faintly see it and it just gets right under your skin unless you're paying close attention to it. And that's the thing I love that Mike Flanagan does. He's one of those guys that really pays close attention to characters, but in the background when it's faded out you see something and it's so subtle that it's so damn creepy. The cinematography of this film was excellent. It was outstanding. This film has a pretty chilling score to it, like in one scene near the end that generally gave me goosebumps. Now the main question I know you guys are asking me right now is this movie scary? And my answer, yeah. Now in terms of the scares, this movie not only has great subtle scares, but it also has great jump scares. And no, I'm not talking about those stupid ear-piercing false alarm jump scares. Those are not in this movie. There is one of those, but it's done to comedic effect and it's done very well. The jump scares in this film are the ones that let you process the scare for like a split second, and all of a sudden, bam, it just gives you that quick scare. Mike Flanagan, seriously, thank you so much for not filling this movie with false alarm jump scares. My heart was pounding through a lot of it. I had goosebumps in some scenes. This film truly did scare the crap out of me. The thing I always keep saying is that the best horror films are really dramas told in the vein of a horror film. And that's exactly what Ouija Origin of Evil does. That's what the first Ouija failed to do completely. This one has you caring about its characters and gives you a great story, which I do have a con for. The story, I will not lie, along with some of the dialogue, is a bit formulaic. You've heard the story before, you've heard this dialogue before, but the thing with that is that Mike Flanagan does such a great job with the formula that you almost excuse it. And also, yes, I do have one other thing that kind of breaks my heart. It's the fact that after this movie, it follows into that atrocity. Even though Ouija Origin of Evil is a bit formulaic in terms of its story and its dialogue, it takes that formula and it makes the best of it, turning out not only a great horror film, but a great horror film prequel, which we barely even see, let alone a continuation. This film scared me, you bet your ass I'm gonna see it on Halloween. I honestly kinda loved Ouija Origin of Evil, so I'm gonna give Ouija Origin of Evil a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I am just as shocked as you guys, but when you get directors like Mike Flanagan attached to this, probably gonna get something good, and we sure as hell did with this one. Alright guys, so comment on and let me know below, have you guys used a Ouija board, and if so, what is the scariest encounter you've had with the Ouija board? Let me know below. If you guys enjoyed my review of Ouija Origin of Evil, please like and share this video, click right here, and as always, until the next review, I will see you all next time.